All right, I am with Reggie Wright. How you doing today?
How you doing, young lady? I'm doing well, thank you.
Awesome. Excited to speak with you. I've heard a lot about you. Your name has been dropped a lot in the coach's little Slack channel. So I'm excited to speak with you today. I'd love to start out with what it is that you actually talk about.
Okay, so I speak to educators, students, and professionals to cultivate the conditions for success. In the educational space, I speak about academic success and character development. And then in the corporate space, which I recently have started branching out into the corporate space, I talk about personal development. So goal setting, decision making, identifying, managing emotions, the the importance of the peer group, influence, who's in your inner circle,
Hmm.
all those types of things that really try to help an individual develop personally so they can accomplish their goals and be successful.
Awesome. And so when you saw the speaker lab, what made you go, oh, yeah, I need that? That's what I need.
Well, at first I was, there's so many different products out there. Let's just put it that way. I didn't really know what to choose, what to trust. But I jumped on the discovery call, obviously the sales call. I jumped on the discovery call, and I think it was the fact that obviously you get the money back guarantee. But that means if you do the work, you have to do the work.
Hmm.
But I believed in I believed in the research when I saw the TSL and I did some research and what Grant has done and the fact that some of the people still coaching were actually still doing the work themselves. It
Hmm.
wasn't like they were retired, they're still actively doing the work. I like that component of it. I also like the fact that they were going to help with almost every aspect of the business, right? So I know certain places just they're going to help you with your speech, or you go somewhere else and they're just going to help you with a website, or somebody else is just going to help you with branding or marketing. They were kind of saying like, we may not focus, solely on one of these, but we're going to really help you by touching on all of them. And for someone that was just, starting out new, fresh, that was important for me to understand, okay, well, I need a website, but how should that website be developed? I know I need some type of expert positioning statement, but what should that look like? How do I develop that? Your talk needs to be developed. So obviously you're going to have coaching sessions where a coach can help you walk through that. So I think it was the fact that it was a holistic approach that TSL brought to the table and the fact that it was affordable too, right? It was affordable in a period of time I felt like was reasonable. I feel like it was a reasonable time where it would give me the opportunity to really lock in and focus and do the work that's necessary. Because if I was going to get a return on my investment, I knew that I had to do the work and I knew that I needed necessary time to get the work done.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Um, so in going through the program, you went through our signature speak framework. What were those are the five different modules, and what were some of the things that it taught you, or how did it impact you in your business as a speaker?
I think one of the things is, and obviously when you're in the speaker world, it becomes common to you, but before is I think it's not. What I mean by this, let me say this. So I felt like, okay, why would I want to narrow my target audience to just one particular group of people? I think the natural mind thinks I want to try to talk to as many people as possible in as many different spaces and lanes as possible. So I think initially just helping me to narrow it down to my target audience and then having an exposition statement to actually say to people, this is what I do. My name is Reggie Wright. I want to encourage, empower, and impact, educators and students to help them cultivate the conditions for academic success and positive character development. That's important because it lets people know exactly who your target audience is and what you talk about. So I think that was really helpful in terms of the speaking framework. Also just understanding how to formulate your talk.
Hmm.
Having the intro, the bridges, the transition. To make sure that you have an outro. All those things are important. So I really felt like the modules along with the coaching really helped me hone in my skills so that I was confident when it was time for me to actually go put it to the test and do a live speaking engagement.
Yeah, that's great. So what has been some of your results? You just actually had a result that
I
just
did.
occurred
I did.
literally
Yeah,
like five
I
minutes
just
ago.
I did. I just jumped off a virtual keynote with Zimmer Biomet, who is one of the top leaders in the medical industry. along with Stryker and Johnson and Johnson. So grateful for them for inviting me in and bringing me in for a keynote. I started speaking full time February of this year, February 2023. It is now in July of 2023. And if I stay on the same trajectory, I'll make six figures by November.
Amazing.
But I think for me, what has helped me is I've never pursued money. I pursued purpose.
Mm.
I never pursued money. I pursued purpose. So for me, it was I'm not out here trying to collect a paycheck. Like obviously, I want to be paid because I do believe, as I think Eileen Wilder is her name. I believe as she says, when people pay, they pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
So I do believe that when you bring the value to an organization, to a school, you should be compensated for the value that you bring. But for me, this work is purpose driven. I feel it's part of my calling. I'm passionate about what I do. I really want to impact the lives of people. That means a whole lot to me. I think people really believe in my message and believe in me. And I think that has really helped me to scale and for my business to take off the way that it has over the last 6 months. I could have never dreamed of this. I could have never imagined it in a million years. I mean, I've made more in 6 months than, some people do in a whole year.
Yeah.
But it's because of purpose. So I always tell people, chase purpose, don't chase money. Because when you bring value and you're able to solve a problem, people will compensate you for that if they feel you're being authentic and genuine.
Yeah. I think you also said something in the beginning that one of the reasons why you like TSL was that, it reflects how people are still doing the work. And that is important to you, right? Because you're a person who likes to be challenged and likes to put the work in and has skin in the game. And I really think that combined with purpose driven work is really what's helping you be so successful. So that's so exciting. And we're proud of you for that for sure.
Yeah. And if I could add to it, I would say it's a combination of, God's grace, like God has given me the talent and ability to do so, the ability to communicate, formulate my thoughts and be able to communicate it to an audience. But Katherine Johnson, I only used her in terms of coaching. I didn't use Jeremy or anyone else necessarily, but she was phenomenal in helping me develop each step of the way. And I mean that with no exaggeration, no embellishment. I think I always say that I'm nothing more than a mere reflection of those that have invested in me. And even though I paid for the program and it was her responsibility and her duty to help me, the way that she went about it, I will never forget her help and her being instrumental in me starting. I will never talk about my career as a speaker without mentioning Katherine Johnson.
Oh, that's amazing.
I mean that from the bottom of my heart. No matter how big, how famous, no matter how much money, none of those things matter to me because she invested the time. And I believe in Maya Angelou's quote, right? Maya Angelou quote says, people may never remember everything that you said, but they will remember how you made them feel.
Yeah.
And the way that she made me feel, the way that she helped me work through things. And I'm assuming, sometimes it may be a long day for her, but she was patient. She took time, thought through it, reworked it with me. She's phenomenal. I mean,
That's
that from the
awesome.
bottom of my heart. She's phenomenal.
That's awesome. Thank you for that. And I love that you've had that experience because that is always our goal. Okay. Who would you recommend to the speaker lab?
Who would I recommend?
Yeah.
Anyone that's serious about becoming a professional speaker. If you're serious about becoming a professional speaker, number one is, you have to invest in yourself, right? I believe one of the biggest investment that you can make in life is in yourself. And as a speaker, you want to be competent, right? So you want to be competent, not just about what you're speaking about. So you need to know your subject matter, but you also need to be competent when it comes to the business of speaking. So I feel like the Speaker Lab, like it gives you that with the vault and everything that's included in it. You have all the resources there if you're someone that's willing to take the initiative to really do the work, right? Like it's not easy. Nothing's supposed to be easy, So, but I wouldn't say there's a guarantee because you can't really guarantee anything in life. But I'm very confident if someone, comes and they join the Speaker Lab and they actually do the work, they listen to the coaches, and they actually work through and don't just speed through, work through everything. I can almost promise you that they'll see some type of return on their investment. And I do think some of it is also having the ability to do so too, right? You have to have the ability to be able to communicate. So the speaker lab can't give you the gift if you don't have it, but they can help you develop the gift that you do have.
That's right. Yeah. No, that's awesome. Well, we are so excited for you. It's always cool for me to do these testimonials, especially when people come on and say, "Oh, I just got off the keynote." I'm like, yes. So we're really proud of you, and we're celebrating you, and you know, definitely want to keep in touch. But for today, thank you so much for your time and sharing your story. You have no idea how it's going to impact somebody to make that decision to say yes to themselves and their dreams. And so that's you're doing great work all over the place. So
Yeah.
we appreciate you.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you for all the help. Thank you for your time, energy, and effort. You know, I know it takes a lot because you guys have your own individual lives as well. But we do appreciate the work that you do. It means a lot because you're helping us accomplish our dreams, goals, and aspirations. So thank you. If I could put a plug in there, tell Grant I need to get on that podcast.
Ah, there you go. There you go. Grant,
Yes.
listen up.
Grant, I know you hear me, Grant.
That's
You
great.
bet. Yeah.
Love it.